I've been watching this documentary.
Yeah.
Happened in Southern Ontario. You know it very well. Paul Bernardo.
Oh shoot! There's a new doc.
There's a new doc on Netflix. I think it's 3 or 4 parts. Very, very, very crazy.
On Netflix?
Yeah, Seeing the Mind. Paul is blaming Carla Homolka.
Oh, man.
Carla's not telling the truth. The lawyer had the tapes
Yeah.
for 15 months and didn't share them with nobody. So it's crazy. You know I love those type of docs. I'm a murder
story is crazy,
mystery
man.
guy.
Yeah.
There's actually at my old high school there's actually a stone and like a setting for Leslie Mahaffey, who came from that
she went
area.
to that school? Or
yeah,
that area?
yeah.
Okay.
She's from up there.
Oh shit.
Crazy. So I've known this story, but
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you want to watch that. Watch the doc. I've been watching mad docs, just
See,
regular stuff.
In regards to the Paul Bernardo is one because that's one that kind of like that was like the biggest probably crime story other than OJ in my life. You know what I mean?
That was hitting very close to home.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
like I lived in St. Catharines.
Yeah.
Lived in Burlington. No Scarborough.
Yeah.
No everything in between there. Been used to party in Port Dalhousie, so I know where everything happened and where he stashed so it was like I was young at that time, but it brought back a lot of memories of watching the news with my parents.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that, like kids nowadays don't understand what it is to sit down and watch the news with your parents.
Yo, the news, America's Most Wanted.
You know, you only had like you might have had 1 or 2 TVs in the house. If you didn't want to be inside bored, you're watching news.
I'm gonna take in that doc because I want to take it in as an adult as opposed to like what I remember it, you know, as a kid.
You know what's a good one? Yeah. The OJ doc where Cuba Gooding Jr. plays OJ.
Oh, that FX.
Yeah. That series was very on point.
Watch that one again.
I think you should because
I watched it in spurts originally.
But it's a mark of the time. And then you remember and seeing a lot of things that you forgot. Like I knew every name on the case. I remember Greta Van Susteren used to be on CNN. I used Judge Ito, Christopher Darden, and you see his relationships. Like it's just crazy. So it's like it was so nostalgic for me. Like there's few things in life where you remember where you were.
100%.
I came because it was like early June.
Yeah.
Came back from Sound of Music Festival in Burlington by the waterfront.
Yeah.
Came back, was watching the Knicks playoff game. They cut it off.
Right to it.
And we watched AC Callan drive him in that Bronco. And you know that white Bronco is synonymous and famous.
Yeah, I'm big on that right now. Going back to watch docs that happened when I was young and I knew a little bit about, but like I didn't really have full context. And as an adult, where I have so much information and privy to so much, like, I want to see the lens that I'm viewing it in now versus as a kid.
And you're on your parents' lens too, right? You're listening to what they're saying and understanding how they're feeling about the trial. But now, as an older person, I can make my own decisions, and the knowledge that's being imparted, I can wisdom it out and figure out 100%. What really was going on, because people are saying it was OJ's son.
Well, I saw that take recently.
And we also didn't know that Nicole Brown had a maintenance man who was a serial killer
as well.
So it's like these facts excluded from the case. I mean, OJ did look guilty
on purpose, by accident. Like, who knows, right? It's just first of all, it's Hollywood, right? When you deal with it, like, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, which we'll get to a little bit later. I myself took the fam out to go see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and again, I'm gonna get you on that fiction wave, dog. Like, I
can't.
Will get you.
My girl was watching it on the box.
Yeah.
It was the cam footage though.
Yo, it was a very entertaining movie. I think Marvel, they won with this one. Ryan Reynolds is an absolute star in this role. He's going to be playing it for the rest of his life. They even make a joke about Wolverine or Hugh Jackman being able to play this role for the rest of their life. Because now, just so you know, I'll get you caught up. they're going through the whole multiverse, and in the multiverse, you can literally die in one movie, and they can bring you back in another movie from another universe. So
this
these characters,
thing,
I'm telling you, it's a little wild right now. I'll be honest with you, but as for a movie, I think it's good. I think it's almost like they're restarting the MCU again. They're rebooting it with, obviously, because now Marvel has access to the X-Men entities and some of the other entities that they didn't have before the Fantastic Four. So it's almost, and me growing up in the age that I grew up in, the Avengers were there, but they weren't the forefront. Like, I knew about Iron Man. Like, for me as a kid, it was the X-Men. You understand what I'm saying?
Fact,
like, it was the X-Men #1. So now that we're able to, and the first 3 movies that came out, or 5 movies actually that came out before, were pretty good by Fox. I really want to see what Disney has to do with it. But for a whole movie, it was good.